While a lot of people now have cell phones, some still have a landline phone at home. For homes that have a landline, many of the telephones are cordless. You may not realize it, but cordless phone radiation is a real issue. They actually emit a lot of EMF. How EMF radiation emits from a cordless phone. The EMF radiation occurs when the headset transmits information between the base station and the headset. When the cordless phone receives a call, it all goes through the base station first. The transmissions between the base station and the receiver is where the most EMF radiation is emitted from. To make matters worse, the receiver is right next to your head where your brain is potentially exposed to these EMF. The exposure to cordless phone EMF radiation may cause serious health concerns such as glioma, which is a form of brain cancer. It's more than a mere assumption that brain cancer could happen. A Swedish study discovered that long-term cell phone use has been linked to a greater risk of developing glioma and other forms of brain cancer. Cordless phones emit high levels of EMF that are very similar to what a cell phone emits. Additionally, both are held close to the head when in use. High EMF levels often bring on symptoms in sensitive people that may appear to be random, out of the blue, or unrelated, but often are alleviated as soon as the root of the EMF is removed. Cordless phone radiation can cause symptoms including headache, nausea, insomnia, itchy feelings, or depression. Potentially, long-time exposure could be linked to leukemia or infertility issues. Cordless phones also add to the overall level of EMF in the home building upon other harmful radiation that is already there. Reduce harmful exposure. The best option to reduce cordless phone radiation is to completely get rid of the cordless phones and replace them with phones that have a cord. Very few people are willing to do this. Thankfully, for them, there are a few other options. Check out corded phones that help limit EMF inside your home. There are a few cordless phones available that will help you to reduce the amount of EMF radiation that is emitted. These emit less amounts of radiation when you put it in standby mode. Such drastic steps aren't always feasible, but there are some things you can do to help limit the radiation. The first step to take is to unplug the phone when you're not using it. Anytime the base station is unplugged will reduce your exposure. The downside is that if the phone is unplugged, you won't receive any incoming calls. If you are worried about this, unplugging it at night may be your best option. One other step to take to reduce exposure to harmful cordless phone radiation is to get a wired headset. Connect it to the phone, and when you talk on your cordless phone, it still allows you to move around but doesn't put the phone right up against your head. Be sure to use a headset with a cord that plugs into the cordless phone and not a Bluetooth or wireless headset that will emit some amount of harmful radiation.